While viewed as primitive by outsiders, lizardmen have access to some of the most powerful and advanced magical artifacts in the Warhammer world. This saurian race studied at the feet of the Old Ones themselves, and while much has been lost, much has been retained as well. Only the most exceptional of lizardmen are allowed to carry these revered artifacts into battle, but those who do become the stuff of legend. They cut their way across the histories of both lizardmen and their enemies, spilling rivers of blood in pursuit of the Great Plan. Gor Rok, the Great White Lizard of Itza, is one of the most famous individuals to have done so, having gained widespread renown throughout Lustria for his unique spawning and dedicated protection of the First City. Such a ferocious defense would not have been possible without his revered magical weapon, the fabled Mace of Ulumak. Blows delivered by the Mace of Ulumak seem to be supernaturally accurate, seeking out gaps in an enemy's defenses and weak points in their armor. The Lizardmen believe that the Old Ones themselves guide the hand of its user, though how this works when the Old Ones are potentially dead is unclear. Maybe some lasting remnant of their power still resides within the mace, empowering its wielder. The Mace of Ulumak also enhances the innate predatory instincts of its saurian wielder, letting Gor Rok unleash a devastating salvo of attacks as they succumb to their inner bloodlust. When the weapon's divine abilities are coupled with Gor Rok's innate skill at battle and immense durability, it's little surprise that the Great White Lizard's history is resplendent with great victories against Skaven, Dark Elves, and the Warriors of Chaos. In Total War Warhammer, the Mace of Ulumak is the special weapon of Gor Rok, the Great White Lizard. You can access it very early on in campaign, as the quest to unlock it is issued at level 3, and I highly recommend you get it as soon as possible. The mission requires that you raise or sack 3 different settlements belonging to a Skaven faction. Considering you have both Clan Pestilence and Clan Spittle in the immediate vicinity of Itza, this is incredibly easy to do. You'll probably have access to it by the time Gor Rok reaches level 6, and it's a crucial part of making him a valuable part of your army. When combined with the Shield of Aeons, it's part of the Old Ones' Arsenal equipment set. This gives +1 control across all provinces, and -4 corruption in the local province, which isn't the worst item set ability, but also isn't the best. Its passive campaign ability is better, however, granting an 18% boost to Gor Rok's physical resistance. This is a pretty good defensive ability, ensuring that the Great White Lizard can stay in the thick of combat for even longer. Demons and other units with magic attacks will ignore it, of course, but Gor Rok becomes effectively invulnerable to non-magical damage once he gets this weapon. The best part of the Mace of Ulumak is its active ability, however. This ability, appropriately called Mace of Ulumak after the weapon, is a 24-second boost to Gor Rok's offensive stats. His melee attack improves by 40, and both his base and armor-piercing weapon strength are increased by 50%. This represents what the Mace of Ulumak is said to do in the lore, supernaturally guiding the Saurus' blows to the most vulnerable parts of his enemy's defenses. Additionally, his attacks gain the Dazed condition. This inflicts a -10 penalty to the melee defense of any unit Gor Rok damages, as well as a -25% penalty to their speed. While that won't stop fast characters and monsters from getting away from Gor Rok, it does ensure slower units will have an even harder time escaping the Old Blood and any units accompanying him. The mace basically turns a mediocre combat lord with good defenses into an Ungrim Iron Fist level threat, if only for half a minute. The Mace of Ulumak is also available in multiplayer for 200 gold, though as usual it only brings its active ability, not the passive physical resistance. Unfortunately, this is where the ability having a 120-second cooldown is a bit of a problem. In campaign, it's fine. Gor Rok can get regeneration and perfect vigor, so he can sit in a block of enemies for way longer than 2 minutes without worry. The AI will let him do it too, unlike a player. As a result, he'll have the chance to activate this ability several times and slowly cut through the Lizardmen's enemies without issue. In multiplayer, though, the item's 120-second cooldown means the Great White Lizard will probably only have a few chances to activate the mace before the battle's decided. Also, a skilled player probably won't let their high-value targets sit still and get wailed on by Gor Rok while he has this ability activated. Finally, he's a foot character, and even the imbued Daze effect won't slow Karl Franz down enough for Gor Rok to keep pace. Just something to keep in mind, that 200 gold could go a long way on something else in your army. If you want to take it, that's cool, it's a cool ability, but just keep it in mind. With that, we've reached the end of our overview of the Mace of Ulumak, the bone-shattering mace of the Great White Lizard. There's not much to it, which is frankly a shame. The Lizardmen have so many magic items that hint at who the old ones were, but only provide a sentence or two to spark the imagination. I'm not saying I need a full analysis of these long-dead beings, but a little bit more detail wouldn't hurt. Maybe the old world will shed some light on them, but I'm not holding my breath considering Lizardmen are a legacy faction. That's all for today though, so until next time, this has been Sigmar's Chosen, signing off for now.